Hey there, everybody. Welcome to another episode on my YouTube channel. Thank you for coming. Today, I'm going to focus on Chapter 13 bankruptcy because the idea is how you can save money on your car loan with a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. Now, it's not a common process, but we're going to go over it. So, first, when are we going to file bankruptcy Chapter 13? Well, maybe your assets are not exempt, right? That means they're not protected. Let's say, and you can always look up for actual details and numbers, but let's say you have $10,000 that's non-exempt assets, like your car was paid off. The trustee, if you file for Chapter 7, will basically take your car unless you can come up with 10,000, no more than 12 months from when you reach a settlement on that. But with Chapter 13, you'll pay that back within the next 36 to 60 months. So it gives you a lot of breathing room, right? Now, the next reason might be you failed the infamous means test. The means test just means your income over the last 6 months is higher than the state average. When that happens, you're beginning to look at Chapter 13. Okay. Finally, catch up on secured debt payments. You're facing foreclosure, you're 3 to 6 months behind. I just did a video earlier on Kevin Spacey, who was foreclosed on. He could have done a Chapter 11, which is kind of the same thing. I guess he didn't have the income to do it, but he's been foreclosed on. But there's a perfect example. You're 6 months behind in your mortgage, 3 months behind in your car payment. All those late payments get stretched out over 36 to 60 months to help you out again, breathe a little bit financially. Now, let's talk about the bankruptcy plan. We know it's 36 to 60 months, and we have a pecking order in bankruptcy as to which debts are more important and which debts get paid first. Of course, the secured debts, right? You're behind on your payments, those have to get paid first. Then we have priority unsecured. Think of your taxes, domestic support obligations, which is child support and spousal support or alimony. And then finally, unsecured creditors. Now, unsecured creditors don't get a lot back. It really depends on the plan, but they might only get a fraction of that. And if that's the case, so be it. But at least you wiped out all your debt. Now, here is what we're going to focus on, what we call the cram down. The first thing I want you to understand is forget it. It's not going to happen with Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Okay. Will with Chapter 13. What is cram down? I had a trustee that always used to go like that to me to remind me to do the cram down on a vehicle. But it's very simple. You're bringing down the car loan to the actual value of the car. This is thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars you can save. So here's a perfect example. Your car value is 10, but you owe 15. If you do a motion for a cram down and you can prove that the fair market value of your car is $10,000, guess what? Your loan amount gets dropped to 10,000. That's 5 grand off the top. Remember, if it goes back to unsecured, they may only get a portion of that. So how much? Every case is different, but we're talking about $5,000 being wiped off right off the top when it comes to Chapter 13 to be able to do the cram down. Now, doesn't apply in every single situation. That's the bad part. We have two things that we need to focus on. One, can you pay off the full loan balance in the plan? We went from $15,000 car loan to 10. That 10,000 has to be paid within 36 to 60 months. If you can't get past step one, forget about it. It's not going to happen. Step two, very important. When did you buy that car? If you bought it within 900 and let's say, one day before 909 days, then the answer is you cannot do the cram down. It has to be what we call the 910-day rule, which means it's been bought 910 days or more, and then you can do the cram down. But again, think of the cram down and the power that it has. It can bring down the actual loan amount. Remember, cars depreciate so much so quickly that who wouldn't love to bring down their car 5, 6, 7, $10,000. The interest rates, maybe you got a higher interest rate, which in that case it would help you with a Chapter 13. All right. So if you go speak with a Chapter 13 lawyer and you have issues with your car, and whether it's you're trying to catch up on secured debt payments or whatever the issue is, ask about the cram down. All right. Remember this, like my trustee used to tell me. So maybe you can bring down the value of the vehicle, pay off that baby in the 3 to 5 years that you're doing the bankruptcy plan. All right. Any questions, like always, feel free to reach out to me. Post them in the comment section below. I'll make sure I reply to you. All right. Take care and continue down that path of financial freedom.